If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Kickstarting us off with the shoulders is going to bring us to Mist of Pandaria, Tenorus of the Endless Spring, Lai Chi is the boss, shoulder gods of the Lost Catacomb. I love the way these shoulders go with that very plain looking chest and leg. Speaking of that chest, Gleaming Valkyrie Cuirass, Trial of Valor Heroic Odin is the boss. Kind of a fair drop rate to pick up that chest. That's what I often like to do when I create these xmog videos, because if you have a very understated chest and leg piece, it gives you the leverage to turn around and throw on a tabard or maybe a shirt underneath if it can kind of creep out. But it brings out the accent of the bigger pieces, such as the boots, the belt, the gloves, and especially the shoulders, and in some cases even the helm. So also from the Trial of Valor, we have the legs. The feet are part of Siege of Orgrimmar, which you're also going to pull out the belt from Siege of Orgrimmar. Moving on, we're going to hook you up with the bracers, or the wrist bracers of Defiled Earth, Terrace of Endless Spring, Elder Rhaegal. You're looking at about a 16% drop rate for the bracers. Moving on, we're hooking you up with the back piece, which is the Plasma Splattered Great Cloak, Uldir LFR Vectis, kind of a fair drop rate. A lot of different areas you could go. You could even throw in the Gilded Thorian Cloak. You could throw in any given blue cloak or cloaks with blue. So there's a lot of options there. The weapon, of course, Dragon Soul LFR, Deathwing himself drops the sword. Showing Unholy a little bit of love here with the Sanctified Scourge Lord Pauldrons from Icecrown Citadel Heroic 25-man Sindragosa, 36% drop rate for that Wrath of the Lich King tier shoulder piece. And the chest, Sunwell Plateau, of course from BC, and Tropius is the boss, 16% on the drop rate to pick that up. Moving on to the belt, which we can pick up out of Siege of Orgrimmar LFR, Sun Tenderheart, 18% on the drop rate for the it's a Persian binder girth. No, it's a poison binder girth if you want to get it right. Luxeley struggles with the English language yet again. Fell Fury leg plates, Sunwell Plateau, Brutalis is the boss, 25% on the drop rate for the legs. And we have a human dude showing the feet, Grinning Skull, Great Boots, Ice Crown. So we got a little bit of Icecrown Citadel from Wrath of the Lich King, and Sunwell Plateau from Burning Crusade working here with a few other mismatched pieces that just happen to match. Sanctified, I don't know if that makes sense. Icecrown Citadel Heroic 25-man, Sindragosa, 36% on the drop rate for those. And the back is Turtle Shell, Great Cloak, Siege of Orgrimmar. This is what really ties it in, by the way. Siege of Orgrimmar, various models, you can just buy it on the auction house. The headpiece, Sunwell Plateau, Kill Jaden is the boss, 18% on the drop rate. So the chest, the head, and the legs, all from Sunwell. And the weapon, Brutal Gladiator's Great Sword, BCPVP vendor. I think one of the all-time favorite DK sets I put together here. I really like this look for Unholy. Necrotic Boneplate Pauldrons LFR, basically Dragon Soul. Haggard the Stormbinder. So you're also going to have to head over to Dragon Soul to pick up the belt, the bracers, as well as the boots. The chest is, of course, Throne of Thunder, LFR, Jinrock the Breaker. The belt, Dragon Soul, LFR, Haggard the Stormbinder. So you're going to have to take her out a couple of times. Used to be quite a bit of fun doing in LFR with hunters and aspect of the days from those old days. Blood Lords, Blood Soaked, bit redundant, leg plates, Throne of Thunder, LFR, Haradon. He's a big turtle, I believe. Kind of a fair drop rate to get that piece. Moving on to the belt, or the feet, I should say, if I'm paying attention. Treads of Crushed Flesh, Dragon Soul, LFR. The hands, which in this case are actually not the hands, they're the bracers, Rockhide Bracers, LFR, Dragon Soul. Gilded Thorian Cloak, Grey Cloak from Karazhan, BC, Terrestrian Elfhoof. So just basically two different sets mixed together, but it really works. The Tabard of the Earthen Ring, of course, Cata, Earthen Ring Quartermaster, Golden Rep for that. The headpiece, Brings in a third set, Demon Gaze Helm, Hellfire Citadel Mythic, Cormrock is the boss. And last but not least, the weapon, Great Axe of Trials, Cata, Garrison, super easy get. I gave us a kickstart with a few Unholy looks. Here's one for Frost. Love this look. Conqueror's Dark Rune Shoulder Plates, Ulduar Yogg Saron, 51% on the drop rate for the shoulders. Moving on for the chest, Grave Warden Chestplate, Tomb Sargeras Mythic, Maiden of Vigilance, kind of a fair drop rate to pick up the chest. You're also going to have to head over to Tomb Sargeras Mythic to get the legs, I do believe. Also, another Mythic version, different raid though, the Burning Throne. Shadow gives the boss 18% shot to get the Flame Licked Girdle, even though it's blue. Flames usually aren't blue. Well, they can be. Means burning very hot, which means you would melt the ice and frost of the Frost Decay. But this is WoW, so that kind of thing doesn't really happen. Grave Warden Leg Plates, part of the same tier set as the chest, which we already said. The feet, Legion PvP Vendor. This is a Alliance only piece, but there are so many blue boots that you could go with to facilitate this set. Super choices there. The wrist, Electron Inductor Coils, Blackwing Descent, Magmatron, I believe he's the first boss, I'm not 100% sure though. 16% on the drop rate. The back is the Mistgate Cloak, Eastern Plaguelands, Dark Summoners if you want to farm it, but I suggest you just step up and buy it on the auction house. The headpiece, Fierce Gladiator's Dreadplate Helm, so also many blue headpieces you could go with to substitute it if you hoard. And the weapon, Mindbender's Flame Blade. Love that sword. And now the pendulum swings back to an Unholy look. Soul Gorge Pauldrons, Hellfire Citadel Heroic, Gorfiend 15% on the drop rate. You're going to have to give me a little bit of a pass here. I know I made a similar looking set to this. I kind of changed the weapon. I changed the legs and the chest, which you're going to get from Dalaran, the player armor. Or if you want to go to the right place, it'd be the plate armor merchant in Dalaran. That is the Wrath of the Lich King version. The fact is, I'm running out of ideas here. Between all the transmogs I made prior to BFA and then the ones that I've made in BFA, I've literally pumped out about 13 different videos with 6 xmogs in each video for each class. So you're talking well over 75 xmogs, which means the more you put out, the less quality you have, so I try to branch it out. Bloodthirsty Gladiators, War Boots of Cruelty. So I did change a few things here. I added bracers, I added the boots, I changed the cloak, I basically changed the belt. I changed a lot when it comes down to it. Basically everything but the shoulders and the headpiece. Dark Leather Cloak, Vanilla level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker, check your local auction house. The Tabard, Purple Trophy Tabard of the Illidari. This is Shadow Moon Valley. The BC version, it's quest reward. You're looking at Wild Gladiator's Dreadplate Helm, and you got to go warmongering if you hoard. And the weapon, Great Sword of Forlorn Visions, the Botanica. And of course, we did not leave out Blood DKs, the Shoulders, Cliff Breaker, Pauldrons, Timeless Isle, Timeless Plate, Armor Caches. You can also buy it for currency, but I do believe there are 2 different kinds of plate sets, so you got a 50-50 shot at getting the black set. So the helm, the shoulders, the gloves, belt, and boots are all going to be pulled out of the Timeless Isle. The belt, as we said, Cliff Breaker Girdle, Timeless Isle, Timeless Plate, Armor Cache. You find them on the Timeless Isle, you kind of wander around, you find it, you loot it, or basically you could buy it for currency, a specific piece. Outriders Plate Laggards, part of the same set from Vanilla as the chest. Warsong Supply Officer, there's also a Silverwing Supply Officer, I believe, that is the Alliance. The feet, Cliffbreaker Sabatons, Timeless Isle, we talked about all those Timeless Isle pieces. Going with the Gilded Thorian Cloak because the gray, kind of an understated blood look. Now, I want to keep in mind that the tabard for this particular set is horde only. So you're going to have to go with something black, maybe something red, but this tabard really works to Dragon Maw Clan, Twilight Highlands, Dragon Maw Clan Quartermaster, Golden Rep to pick that up, which is, of course, from Cata. Cliffbreaker Helm, Timeless Isle, Timeless Plate Armor Cache. We already been through all the Timeless stuff. And the weapon, Hellfire Citadel Mythic, Manaroth 12% on the drop rate for the polearm. My name is Luxeley. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. We have a video specially recommended for you, or another DK xmog video, your choice. Leave you with this final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.